Sarah and Gaylon are both 17 years old and raising a 7-month-old little girl together. The only problem is Gaylon isn't sure if he's the father. You see, Sarah admits to sleeping with 2 other men around the time she got pregnant. And Gaylon's mother, Shannon, says if this DNA test proves her son is not the father, he needs to move on with his life. What was your reaction when you find out, you know, your teenage son might have gotten a girl pregnant?
I was upset. I was very upset. I was scared for him. Of course, I talked to him, tried to guide him, tried to give him some advice. Definitely the first thing I said to him was find out if it's yours.
Right. And what did you say to that?
I will, Mom, I will. I will, Mom, I will.
And why did you think, what made you say that?
Well, Sarah's promiscuous. She's been promiscuous since they've been together, which has been a long time. They pretty much grew up together.
Right. And how do you know that she was promiscuous?
Well, she was around all the time, and me and her mom were friends.
Right. But how do you know she was sleeping with other men other than your son?
My son would tell me. You know, he'd go through it when she would cheat. Needless to say, I'm close with him, and he talks to me.
You're close to your son?
Yes, very much so.
Do you believe that this could be your son's daughter?
Yes, I do believe that she could be my son's daughter because they slept together countless times without protection, number one.
Right.
So that's the possibility right there.
What's your relationship to Sarah?
It is now estranged. My relationship with Sarah is estranged because before my son came home, before they even got in contact with each other while he was incarcerated, I knew that she was involved with another gentleman. And so I told her undoubtedly, as a mom, please do not do that, because I know how my son loves her.
Was she pregnant at the time when she came to you asking about your son?
No, Jazzy was already born.
Oh, she was born?
Yes.
And did you think it was your granddaughter at the time?
No.
Okay. She didn't tell you that it was?
No, she told me it was another gentleman's.
Oh.
As well as she told my son.
And then she turned around and said, no, it's your son's son?
Only after having 2 other gentlemen tested. And my son's been taking care of this child for...
So she had 2 other men take DNA tests?
Correct.
And they came back?
Negative.
So...
Not the father.
How is Sarah as a mother to this little girl?
She needs guidance.
Yeah.
She needs guidance. She doesn't keep her up to par as far as hygiene, as far as I'm concerned. She's got a really bad cough. She's not taking her to the doctor. She doesn't have a normal pediatrician. I've never picked the little girl up and she smelled like a baby. Never. And it hurts my heart.
Does your son help her with the little girl?
It's gotten better since my son has taken the home role and she's working. It's gotten better.
Okay. Now, if the DNA test comes back and it says that your son Gaylon is the father, is that good? I mean, so what I'm asking, do you want this test to come back saying he is the father or he's not the father? Which one would you prefer?
Honestly, I would prefer that he's not the father.
Right. And I can understand that. You know.
I prefer, but I have to say to you that I am 50-50 because if he is the father, I'm okay with that too. She needs someone in her life, and my son will love her completely. My son called me one morning, and he said, Mom, and I could hear the baby screaming in the background. And I said, what's wrong? And he said, the baby's been crying all night. She hasn't had any formula and she's hungry. And I didn't have any money. So I got up and I went in a store and I stole her 2 cans of formula. Because I'll be damned if she goes hungry because they're not mature enough to do something about it. And I don't even know if she's my grandbaby. Do you understand?
Yeah. It's tremendous, the lengths that you will go, but it's also got to be a little embarrassing for you to admit that.
Very much so.
But you know what? I got to say, that's, I mean, wouldn't we all want a mom like you?
Thank you.
You know. All right. So we're going to meet this young woman who's possibly the mother of your grandchild. Let's meet Sarah.
You know, honestly, I'm going to tell you, I bathe my daughter every day.
I've never picked her up and she smelled like a baby.
I don't
Never.
care.
Never. She's always smelled like Similac.
I don't care.
every single time?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter that she smells like Similac?
I bathe her every day. She might get bathed
So bathe her twice a day. So bathe her 3 times a day if you have to.
Okay, but you're not going to sit here and say that I'm a bad mother, basically.
I never said you were a bad mom.
Basically, you are.
I did not.
You are.
I don't basically say anything. If I thought you were a bad mom, I'd say, Sarah, you're a bad mom.
First of all, I want to say a couple things. Do you feel you're a good mom?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what you're doing? You feel like, how old is your child right now?
She's almost 8 months.
8
No,
months.
I don't know completely what I'm doing, but I'm a first-time mom.
Right. There's nothing wrong with admitting, no, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help, because when it comes to a child, man, you better take as much help as you can get.
Amen.
You know.
Takes a village.
Yeah. And I know, you tell me, 17 years old, having an 8-month-old daughter, how hard is that?
It's very hard.
How sure are you that Gaylon is the father of this child?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
But there was only 2 other guys, and I only had 1 tested, not 2, but 1.
So there's a possibility somebody else is the father. And just to ask, were you in a relationship with Gaylon while you were sleeping with these other guys?
No.
Or no? Okay.
No, when Gaylon got incarcerated, she forgot all about him until he got ready to come home.
No,
and
we
then
weren't
she
together.
came to me and she asked me how to get a hold of my son. And I asked you specifically, if you plan to hinder my son, if you plan to hold him back in any way, Sarah, please leave him alone.
And I don't plan to.
Now you ask, Sarah, is Gaylon a good father to the little girl? Is he a good dad?
He's amazing.
He's amazing.
Wonder where he gets that from.
Well, you know, I really don't know.
You wouldn't know because you're never around.
You know what?
enough to
Actually,
know.
you know what? Let's push all the lies aside since we're
What
on
lies?
TV.
Who's lying?
Let's push it aside. Listen to me, woman to woman. Listen to me. But
You're not a woman yet, sweetheart.
It
and when
don't
you become
matter.
one, I will listen.
It don't matter. But you listen to me.
I don't have anything to
outside
listen
of this,
to.
Outside of this.
What do you
outside of
mean? This is what
when
goes
you
on
get
at-
a hold, you don't need something.
That's when he doesn't get a hold of me. That's the only time he gets a hold of me because of you.
Are you in a relationship with Gaylon now?
The only time he rings my phone.
So it's just
when Jazzy's hungry and hasn't had formula all night and I'm in the store stealing it for her.
That was one time.
Too many. One too many. One too many.
Right. Okay.
And it's not the second. No, and as a matter of fact, it's not just one time, it's 2. Because, yes, it is. You were giving her whole milk because you ran out of formula and you constipated the baby so bad you had to take her to the emergency room. Don't play with me. See, you don't know what I know.
Do you want Gaylon to be the biological father of your daughter?
But not if this is going to go on.
Well, maybe some of it will go away if she knows absolutely positive that it's your granddaughter. But listen, you got to take some advice. You got to give her some leeway. She's your elder, you know. She's the man that you're with, her mother, you know. And you got to respect that. What if he's not the father?
Honestly, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I know. That's got to be. That's tough. It would be tough for anybody to answer that. Let's meet Gaylon. Let's bring him out.
I love you.
Who are you?
It's gonna be okay. No matter what happens. Okay.
I didn't do this, Sarah.
Get away from me.
I can't hug you.
Get away from me.
I can hug you anyway.
Why are you mad at him?
Because this whole time they've been together all day. All day.
Who?
Those 2.
Oh, well, that's his mom.
I understand that.
And that's why she keeps him away, too. Right there. Because I tell him
Really?
right. And
Is
I try to guide him
that a
right.
problem,
Do
Gaylon,
I?
that
What?
she doesn't want you to be with your mom?
Do
or-
I?
She doesn't.
I tell him all the time to go
like
see
that.
you.
It's not like that. She's the one who tells me to go see you.
Do you want to tell your story on the Steve Wilkos Show? Contact the show now at 1-888-STEVE-07. You want to be the father?
Yeah.
You want this test to come back and say you're the biological father?
Yes.
Okay. And you're saying you want Gaylon. How is she as a mom?
She tries. She gives her all, and I feel like that I can completely understand where my mom's come from, but I don't feel like she is there enough to say whether or not she's being a good enough mother.
And whose choice
feel
is
me?
that? Why is
How about
that?
the fact that your baby needed formula, and your mom didn't have the money, and she went out and stole the formula, so your
And I
baby.
respect her from that.
Yeah.
Most definitely. You know,
Was
I give
that?
her props
I
for
mean,
that.
that's a pretty awesome story.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
All right, DNA test. Gaylon, you're here to find out if this beautiful little girl is yours. and the results came back, and Gaylon, you are not the father of Sarah's second-month-old daughter.
Thank you. Thank you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Said we've talked about this. It's okay. What do you mean? I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere.
I know that. I know.
I'm hurt too. I understand.
Does this change anything?
No, I plan on being here. I love her. You know, I love Giselle. You know, I plan on being there for her. You know, she's attached to me. I'm attached to her. I love her like my daughter, so I'm gonna continue to treat her like my daughter. And I'm gonna stay with Sarah. I love Sarah to death. She has done nothing. You know, I love her more than anything. You know, her and Jazzy, they're my everything. You know, I'm not going nowhere.
And when you hear him say that, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good.
No.
It makes, I mean, things might change, but I hope they don't.
I would take whatever help and advice you can get from Mom. And that goes for you, too. You need to listen to her, too.
No matter what you choose to do, I'm going to stand by you.
I know.
Doesn't matter what me and Sarah are going through. Jazzy's a baby. She's an innocent baby.
And you like Sarah.
I do.
She's got some growing up.
As a person, she's awesome.
She's got some growing up to do.
Yeah.
She needs to learn to be a mom.
Yes.
Which
And me and Sarah just became estranged since this has been happening with Jazzy. Like, prior to that, we were always cool. She called me mama.
And now you can get back to cool, right?
No.
You can't get back to cool?
No.
If you're going to be with her for a long time, it's always better if Mom gets along with the woman you're with. Believe me.
They're 17, Steve.
I know. I said out there,
17.
most people, listen, I'll tell you this. When you're 17 and whoever you're with when you're 17, most of the time, you're not going to end up with that person. That's just the fact. You go through this audience and pull everybody.
I'll ride the wave till it's over.
But you know what? If you really love each other and you respect each other, you care for each other, you can make it work. You can stay together. There's
And she
nothing
can
that
look
says
at
you
this
can't.
mess it is she wants to. This is mine.
Good luck to you.
When it's all said
I hope
and
it
done.
works
This
out
is
for you.
mine.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you.